Doing the right thing is when somebody decides to say, you know what, I can't give what it is you need from me. For that reason, I choose not to interact because I don't need to inflict anything that would cause any further damage in a situation that, let's be realistic, was toxic, was at times abusive, that was just very unhealthy. With so many years gone by, you and this person are different people. So when I originally accepted a friendship again, or what I don't know what the fuck, I assumed that when I said I just am not in a space to be in a relationship, I did not know that I had to come forth and talk about everything that's gone on in my personal life in the past couple of years. Because if you really cared about my well being, if you really cared about my purpose behind why I was saying what I was saying, and me feeling that I need to be whole and complete within myself, make a home within myself, in order to never feel abandoned by anything that I've been through in life, it would have been supported. And you would have gotten to know me again as the person I am today. Because I'm nowhere near the same person I was. There is no codependency. There is no outside validation that affects my life in a way that would make me feel like I need or lack anything outside of myself. And it's not to say that I don't need other people. We all need other people. But again, working from a space of, I've seen people way older than me who can't go inside themselves and look and say, I need to heal from certain things, who are not looking at the way they micromanage others, not even slightly concerned with the fact that they're running around giving really bad advice to others. But then when somebody decides to say, you know what, knowing yourself, there's no age criteria for it. You know how hard it is. People talk about generational curse all the time, but do you know how hard it is to really, really heal that? Since you want to be all in my business and not inform me that you're all in my business, I'm going to be very transparent. There are times where I could be in a space of lack when it came to myself, that it was painful. And even though women, especially, I feel, don't like to admit that because they feel it makes them look weak, I felt that was the only way to stand in my femininity. Because the more and more you start to put yourself to the side and serve others and their feelings and their emotions, definitely teaches people how to treat you. And then you can't really blame anybody but yourself. So letting things weigh down on you, like who you're disappointing and who's mad at you for not contacting them. And when I started to deal with myself, I had to first understand that while everybody else was making me feel selfish and crazy, the reality of the situation was nobody could love me through my deprogramming. Nobody could love me through who I was born to be. I didn't just become this person overnight. I've been this way since the day I could remember myself. You have some people who stay deep in thought. They love to contemplate how the world works. They have big imaginations. They're okay in their own company. And it does not mean that they don't love their family and that they don't love everybody around them and they don't love the people who love them. It just means that's the space they work in order to get where they're trying to be. What I had to learn was not letting those things become getting so resentful of people hating who you are. So imagine that's who you are, and then everybody treats you like you're crazy. What's wrong with Jessie? Is she okay? Is she this? Is she that? And you just start becoming resentful because you look at other people and you go, did you ever once stop and look at your fucking life? Like, did your moral conduct, how you do things? Do people really feel they're so perfect that they go around and they feel? I actually had a sister of mine say, well, because people view you as a charity case. Or it would be a thing where I would constantly hear, you know, um, everybody's worried about you. And I would say to myself, why the fuck is everybody so worried about me? What is it about me? Okay, well, maybe when I was younger, I dealt with things from mental health, but that came from sexual abuse. That came from abandonment. But I wore it my whole life like it was me. Something was wrong with me. And then the minute that I try to get into a space where I had to say, you know what? Those same people who are saying all these things about you still haven't dealt with a lot of their own issues. Is it my job to tell? Everybody's so real. Everybody's so raw. Everybody's so real and raw. Everybody's just, yeah, because I told so and so. And I'm sorry, I just don't care to be that. I don't feel that that defines me as a person because I'm too busy worrying about figuring out how to fix me. So now that I get to one of the best spaces in my life and I've had some experiences and I choose to start opening up, to have somebody who knows me and acts like they have this unconditional, undying love for me, turn around and take something they see in a video that I made, send a text and an email about it, triggering. Very. Something I had to learn. We don't own people. We don't own anyone. That's slavery. When people were allowed to do that. You, me, everybody in this world is allowed to change their mind at the drop of a dime. You can be in a relationship for 50 years and decide that relationship is no longer for you and you just leave it. Did you have to have a good reason? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know. I'm pretending to know. I know that what I've been experiencing over the past couple of years, shit, past couple of years, most of my life was toxic. I was toxic. The people I were getting myself involved with were toxic. My environments were toxic. When I got called on from spirit to know that I'm supposed to ascend to something else in this lifetime, I realized there's not an age for it. It happens when it happens. You're called on to be who you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be it. I don't know if this message is going to get lost in translation, because for the most part, it was several things that kind of hit in my head when I thought about sometimes people are only going to be good with you when you're not okay. And sometimes the drama you don't have in your life, that dark energy you're not trying to attract to your life, will be directed at you in order for you to get back in that space where you feel you're in lack. So identifying it has become the thing I'm most grateful for. And don't get me wrong, nobody's perfect. Because I've even had to check myself at times when I'm saying, you know what, this and that is not something you should be doing at the moment. Worry about your life.